opened my eyes moments ago, and this is overwhelming. Even just the tiniest bit of light is very overwhelming. I'm gonna have to take my time with this. Okay, much better now. I really wanted to just, record the minute that I got out of the process, but the light was wow. But I think my eyes adjusted and it's much better. Let's start from the top. That same night, I went to sleep and I slept a lot. It was really, really fun. And when I just woke up quite fast, I noticed how it was easier for me to orient myself in the apartment, even though I'm closing my eyes and it's all black. And I even got to do the dishes at some point. Like I had some dry dishes out, so I put them back in the drawer, and it was really easy to orient myself, getting out of the bedroom, going to the shower, toilet, or the living room, kitchen, which was really nice to see that it wasn't really a problem. And also what made it a lot easier is that I start noticing quite fast how I can slightly see through closed eyelids. And it was a bit strange because in the first and second day I was kind of hesitating about it, because I am closing my eyes and I can see kind of like a meter maybe ahead, and it's all like this foggy kind of vision, and you can see like this outline of things you get close to and my own body and limbs. But at the same time, because the windows were blocked but not completely blocked, some light still seeped in, so it was easy to know when it's day and when it's night. There was also like a lot of noise from outside, so I can figure it out. I didn't really have a problem understanding when it's day and when it's night, but because some light seeped in, it was easier for me to see even though my eyes were closed. And when it was night, then it was harder to see. And that kind of made the doubt creep in, like, am I actually closing my eyes? And maybe I'm a little bit opening them, and it was a bit strange. And even when I put the mask, which was really, really helpful, then I could still see less. So it was a bit confusing, and because the way I think about it is, if I see through closed eyelids, that's supposed to mean that it's kind of like this mind vision, I'm guessing. That's like the idea in my head, and it's not like through the physical eyes. But then the whole thing with the mask and the light makes you think maybe I was wrong. Maybe the receptors in our eyes can still get some light even though our eyelids are closed, enough to actually see things and get around. It was really confusing, but by the third day I could actually see like how there is improvement in that, and I could actually see also a little bit better through the mask itself, but still not enough. This is all very confusing. I really don't know what to make of this yet, so I'm just putting this whole thing aside, and we'll just have to test this in another time, possibly better with a person or a camera. Putting that aside, through the first day I had 3 lucid dreams. So I slept a lot, and during the day itself I did some meditations, and I also practiced doing the journey from waking into sleep. And the first time I did that, I fell asleep in the middle, but it still led me to some really interesting lucid dreams. So not like cute lucid dreams. So I fell asleep during the process, which is not supposed to happen. You're supposed to like keep your conscious awake and body asleep, but still, anyways, I fell asleep. And there was this one lucid dream when I'm running after a guy who's ahead of me, and there's like a bunch of people. He's running through a bunch of people, and I'm shouting to him, "Stop!" And once I shout "Stop," he stops, and all the other people also stop. And then it startled me for a second, and I like realized, oh wait, this might be a dream, and then they keep running a little bit, and then I say stop again, and then everybody stops again, and this is kind of the first lucid dream, just very low lucidity, and it crumbles apart, and then I wake up again, lying in bed, doing the whole process of transitioning into the dream consciously, and then I black out again, and I find myself in another dream. In that dream, I'm just lying down. Oh, wait a second, I'm going to need something for this. Yeah, so I'm lying down in this like beach bed, and I'm just slowly opening my eyes because someone woke me up, and then I'm just saying like, hey, why are you waking me up? I'm supposed to keep my eyes closed. And then I see all around me in this kind of like structure at night, family members, and they're offering me food. And this was on the first day when I was fasting. So I'm like, I don't want food, I'm fasting. And then I see my dad sitting next to me, and he's looking at his hand. And then I realize, hey, he's looking at his hand, reality check, and then like, no way. And I look at my hand, and I look away. And every time in waking life, when I do a reality check, and I look away before looking again at my hand, when I look away, I visualize like I have more fingers, and then I look back, and I know in the dream when I do this, it could actually make it so I'll have more fingers. So in that dream, in that lucid dream, I look away, and then I visualize having more fingers, and when I look back, I have like this ninja turtle, 3 fingers, and it was very strange. So I just like shook it off, and then I jumped straight out of the bed, and I remembered that another thing that I practiced during the day was every time I did a reality check, whether it was on a bicycle or just looking at my hands or whatever, I would imagine after doing the reality check that I'm taking my hands and putting them on my waist. And I would imagine having a lightsaber on my waist that I can just take out and draw it. And a certain symbol on the other side of my waist. So I would do this when I'm awake, to the point where like mentally I would feel some like weight in my waist every time I'm practicing this. And I knew that this was a sign that it started like sink in my mind. So the next time I was dreaming, that's exactly what I wanted to do. So when I jumped out of the bed, straight away put my hands to my waist, and I drew out the lightsaber, and it was super cool because it was really realistic and stuff, and metallic and heavy. It had a weight, not like this toy that I used to help me with this technique. So I drew it out, and the other thing was like this symbol that I kind of made for myself that I'm using in Lucid Dreams more or less. So I drew both of them out, and I'm looking at the lightsaber, and it's super realistic and so cool, and I draw it, and it drew out like a plastic one. It wasn't like the real thing, it wasn't like the whole plasma thing. It was like this, you know, the one that comes in part and opens up. And it was like a bit odd for me to actually get what's going on, and I did it twice. And then I looked at the symbol, and the symbol wasn't really like the symbol I made. It was like this square like box from red and black colors. And while I was like jumping out of the bed and coming to my waist, I already noticed that I needed to balance the dream, but I was too excited to draw out the lightsaber that I didn't do it. And so when I had both of the things in my hand, the dream already started collapsing. So it was really fun. It was really fun, and it was really fun. That same day, I also had another experience where I did another session of transitioning into the dream, and it went a bit better because I didn't completely black out, but what I found myself was exactly coming into a dream where I'm driving a motorcycle, and I'm driving the motorcycle and I'm going around slowly, and like this slow lucidity that's starting to come up slowly, and then I want to take the motorcycle up. I know that I'm dreaming, so I want to take it up to the air to fly with it, but it's still a bit like so I see a car parking, and I want to take I'm thinking to take the motorcycle on it, like a ramp, and help me like to fly off, and I do this, and it works. And I fly off to the sky, and then I get this very like strong, like pulling feeling where I'm being pulled upwards, which was like this combination of the feeling that we have when we go out of body, combined with that other like familiar feeling when sometimes the dream is taking us somewhere once we're in the lucid dream. It was something of a combination of the two of them, and it just took me up. And once that was happening, the whole scene was like this glittering dust of something, like round shapes, something very beautiful. But then I also woke up after that. So 3 lucid dreams, very short but really fun anyways.